Hi, my name is Michael Hoffman. I'm one of the founding members of Werner, Hoffman, and Greig. Where I specialize in is veterans' disability benefits, where we represent veterans who are fighting against the VA to get the benefits they're entitled to and that they deserve. What makes the system a system that doesn't make sense is that it's geared in a way to help the VA and not help the veteran. So when a veteran's trying to go through the process of getting service-connected for disabilities or get what they're entitled to, they have no basis of knowledge of what to do. They know they were injured, they know they got hurt, they know that they're having struggles with something, they know that they need help. They don't know what that means. And so with the VA, they continuously make these programs more and more complicated. This appellate form for this route for this track for this, all in the name of making it better for veterans, faster for veterans. But in reality, it just makes it more confusing for veterans. Oftentimes, many of the veterans that we deal with have severe mental health issues or varying degrees of it. They're constantly being told, no, you're not entitled to this, you didn't earn this, only makes it worse. So what we like to do is insulate them from that, say, we got it, we're gonna make sure that the VA and the federal government recognizes your sacrifice and your service to your country. So sometimes it can be difficult to figure out and understand whether or not you're currently rated at the correct percentage, but what the VA gives you in their first initial claim, whether it's a denial or a grant at a percentage, generally it's 10 to 20% lower than where it should be on that one particular condition. And so that's one aspect to look at. The other thing from a percentage standpoint is everybody looks at the individual percentage for like PTSD or for this one condition. What they fail to realize is that oftentimes there's a lot of conditions that should be considered secondary to that initial condition. Oftentimes I feel like people misunderstand just the general process, how it's going to work, what the flow of the claim is going to be. They're very often misunderstood about what needs to be submitted to help them. What evidence will help them, what evidence would not help them. What is a complete waste of time and energy, and what is going to be effective and surgical for what they need to do. Our commitment to our clients from day one until the end of their case and through the rest of our relationship with them is that we're going to be communicative, collaborative, and aggressive. We're going to use every resource that we have, whether it be medical experts, our technology, our experience, our relationships, to push through their case and make sure that they get the best result possible. One of the biggest things I learned throughout my process with the VA was I was talking to one of the older guys in our space and had been through it, and I said, what do you have any advice for me? And he said to me, he goes, you have to learn the VA's job for them and then do it for them. And I remember thinking about it, like, how in God's green earth am I going to do that? How am I supposed to learn their job? How am I supposed to know their job? And at this point, when I'm training a new attorney or talking to them, I'm giving that exact same bit of advice. I'm constantly saying we have to know their job better, and that's what we do. We know the job better than the VA. We know their rules better. We know their criteria better. We know their regulations better. And when we're building a case out, we're building it out to fit their system and to beat their system. One of the really great perspectives that we have, or one of the great advantages that we have, is that the three named partners came into this, two from large firms that were wonderful large firms, and one that was kind of running a small solo practitioner office by himself. We were able to combine together and see what best practices work from one angle to the other. One of the things that I personally noticed at the firm that I was at before here was that while, they worked their tails off for their clients, they had great people and pretty good processes, they didn't have the technology to really maximize client engagement, to maximize reporting for referral sources. So when we went off to build our own process, is that we decided that we wanted to take all the positive things of our prior employers, but we also wanted to create a platform and create an experience that we'd like to see. We have been dealing with referrals for many years in both scenarios in large volumes, and we'd get the same questions like, how can I see what's going on with my case, or where are we at, or how many cases signed up, and it was always like, we'll get you an Excel spreadsheet, and we wanted to do something a little bit more than that, a little bit more, to create a little bit more comfort, to create a little bit more confidence. And so that's one of the really big advantages of being able to do it ourselves, is we just didn't have to ask anybody, we could just do it.